This is a Rhogenesis Source Reading. Public domain ancient and sacred texts read chapter by chapter as source material for later motif mapping and interpretation. Today's reading is from Beowulf, Modern English, Francis B. Gummere, 1910, i.e. 24th, to find at fall of night. That haughty house, and heed wherever. The Ring-Danes, out-revelled to rest, had gone. Found within it the atheling band, asleep after feasting and fearless of sorrow, of human hardship, unhallowed wight. Grim and greedy, he grasped betimes, wrathful, reckless, from resting places. 30 of the thanes, and thence he rushed. Fain of his fell spoil, faring homeward, laden with slaughter, his lair to seek. Then at the dawning, as day was breaking, the might of Grendel to men was known. Then, after wassail, was wail uplifted, loud moan in the morn. The mighty chief, atheling excellent, unblithe sat, laboured in woe for the loss of his thanes. When once had been tressed the trail of the fiend, spirit accursed, too cruel that sorrow, too long, too loathsome, not late the respite. With night returning, anew began ruthless murder. He recked no whit, firm in his guilt of the feud and crime. They were easy to find who elsewhere sought, in room remote their rest at night. Bed in the bowers, when that bale was shown, was seen in sooth, with surest token. The hall thanes hate, such held themselves. Far and fast, who the fiend outran. Thus ruled unrighteous, and raged his fill. One against all, until empty stood that lordly building, and long it bode so. 12 years tide, the trouble he bore, sovereign of Scyldings, sorrows in plenty, boundless cares. There came unhidden tidings true to the tribes of men. In sorrowful songs, how ceaselessly Grendel harassed Hrothgar, what hate he bore him, what murder and massacre many a year. Feud unfading, refused consent to deal with any of Daneland's earls, make pact of peace, or compound for gold. Still less did the wise men ween to get great fee for the feud from his fiendish hands. But the evil one ambushed old and young, death's shadow dark, and dogged them still, lured or lurked in the livelong night of misty moorlands, men may say not, where the haunts of these hell runes be, such heaping of horrors the hater of men. Lonely roamer, wrought unceasing, harassings heavy. O'er Hurot he lorded, gold bright hall in gloomy nights, and ne'er could the prince approach his throne. 'Twas judgment of God, or have joy in his hall. Sore was the sorrow to Scyldings' friend, heart-rending misery. Many nobles sat assembled and searched out counsel, how it were best for bold-hearted men against harassing terror to try their hand, whiles they vowed in their heathen fanes altar offerings, asked with words that the slayer of souls would succor give them for the pain of their people. Their practice this, their heathen hope, 'twas hell they thought of. In mood of their mind, Almighty they knew not, Doomsman of deeds and dreadful lord, nor heaven's helmet heeded they ever. Wielder of wonder, woe for that man, who in harm and hatred hails his soul to fiery embraces, nor favor nor change awaits he ever. But well for him, that after death day may draw to his Lord, and friendship find in the Father's arms. This reading now enters the Rhogenesis Source archive. Later, we will return to it to trace its motifs, symbols, and recurring questions across other traditions. For now, the source has spoken. The source returns first. Meaning follows. Thank you for listening. If something in this reading stayed with you, a motif, a symbol, or a question, feel free to share it in the comments. And if this reading resonated, leaving a like helps signal what is worth continuing to explore. If you're interested in public domain ancient and sacred texts, you can subscribe to follow future readings, released chapter by chapter.